In this session, we're going to look at another example of social media analysis, which is social network analytics. So in this example, I want to show you how to visualize a user's social network and how to calculate the centrality of this network. So I'm going to use my own Twitter account as an example, and we are going to create this visualization altogether. So you can actually replace my screen name with your own screen name, so you can actually analyze your own social network data. So we will be using the same package, and to create that network visualization, what we're going to do is that we're first going to collect the different people I'm following and also the people who are following me. So we're going to collect the data for this network. So let's first find out a few people that I am following. So I'm going to pick 20 people, so n equals to 20, and I'm going to get this 20 people that I'm following and save them as a new table, which is my followings. So if you look at my followings, there are 20 people in here with their user ID that I'm following. So let's collect this 20 people's information into our working environment. So we are going to use the lookup users function, and we are going to look up these users based on their user ID, and we are going to create a new table called my followings info. So in this my followings info, we will collect 88 different variables, including their most recent tweet, their screen name, their user ID, and many different other variables. So now what I will be doing is that I'm going to turn this table, turn this my followings info into a network data set. So in this network data set, I only need two different columns. One is the source, one is the target. So for both columns, I'm getting screen names to show the relationship between the different users. So source meaning that you're following somebody, and then the target is the people who you're following. So in this following network data, apparently that I'll be the source because I'm following all of them, and each of their screen name will be a part of the target column. So in here, what I'm doing is that I'm pulling the my following user column. I'm pulling the user column from my followings, and then I'm pulling the screen name from the my followings info table, and then I'm combining these two columns into one new data frame. And then I'm going to rename this data frame for their column names. I'm going to rename column names as source and target. So if you look at the my following network data set, you will see that I'm the source, and then all the other people I'm following becomes the target. And now we're going to get a few examples of the people who are following me, so my followers. So I'm going to create a new variable called my followers, and then I'm going to get 10 followers from my network. And you see that in here, I just generated a table with all the user IDs who are following me. And same thing, we'll get their information. And then we will be creating a new data set with their screen name. We're going to rename this as source, and then I'm going to add another column with me as the target name. So now if you look at my followers network, you will see that I'm the target while the other people who are following me becomes the source. So now we can actually create this entire network. So I'm going to append the my following network to append the my follower network to the my following network so that they will be in the same data set. So this is my overall network. So this includes people who I am following and then the people who are following me. So now we can create this network plot. So in order to create this network plot, we're going to use the iGraph library. And we are going to load our data. So my network is going to be the input data for this network visualization. And the directed equals to t, meaning that we are creating a directed network. So we will be using arrows to show the following and follower relationship. So now we are going to use the screen name as the label, and we are going to set the label size as 1, and let's run that. So now we can plot this visualization. So for the layout, you can choose different algorithms, and then for the vertex size, you can change them. For the label distance, the color, the arrow size and all this, you can change them based on your need. For the edge color, you can also change that. It's all customizable. So now let's take a look at this very simple user network. So as you can see, the middle one is me, and for example, I am following New York Times. Then you will be able to see that New York Times is actually here, and you can see that there is a arrow from me to New York Times, meaning that I'm following them. And then for example, I'm following Kyle Salad, then you can also see another arrow line from me to Kyle Salad. So for people who are following me, for example, Jake is following me, then you can actually, I'm following Jake as well. That's why you see the arrows on both sides. So now we can actually calculate the degree centrality of this network. So it's a very simple code. It's just degree, and then you include this network, which is what we call G, from line 109. If you run this line, you will find out the degree centrality of everybody in this network. So of course, I will be the one with the highest degree centrality because this is my network graph. So now if you're interested, you can try to create your own network. You can also combine your network with your friend's network and your friend's friend's network. For this larger network, it's actually more interesting to see the centrality and see how people are connected to each other. I'm pretty sure you'll find some common friends when you create yours and your friend's network all together. So if you want to visualize more people's network, you can just repeat this process with different usernames and append all the network data into one data set and then visualize it. I hope you have fun creating the visualizations.